Phil Spencer stepping up, Bob Iger stepping down. We going to a party. Coming up right now, WHHW.
Loading snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage. This is what it happened was. Hashtag WHHW.
Yeah.
It's last week's news. It's over there somewhere. We got things to talk about, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Don't we?
Yes.
Hook me up.
Number one.
My man, listen. Xbox, Phil Spencer. Listen, my man just be dropping gems. Just what?
That's what he does.
Listen, let me tell you about the PR campaign. Phil Spencer is currently like the video game god.
Yeah.
The god. He's the dude. He's the face, right? Doing all the right things. So my man dropped some details about the Xbox Series X. Just straight up wrote a blog post. Like, not like I'm gonna have one of my people put this out, throw it on the newswire for me. Like, nah, that joint has his name on it. Like, let me let you know what's going down. And listen, the blog post is extremely detailed. There's a lot of information, and it ain't all the information. And let me tell you how we're not going to talk about all the information. We're going to talk about some of the things that stand out. Now, I'm going to start by saying 12 teraflops. Let's just get it out of the way. Because I knew he was going to do that. Yeah, 12 teraflops, which, for all intents and purposes, makes it sound like it's about twice as powerful as the One X. Because the One X has like 6 teraflops. That's not completely true. Teraflops is really kind of a way to just talk about overall power. It's not as cut and dry as it sounds. It feels like the new way to say this was 8-bit, this is 16-bit, this is 64-bit, but it's not, because it doesn't quite work that way. Okay? Still, that's a powerful machine. That's a machine full of power.
Yes.
And I feel like that's the thing they're going for. Like, something about the way that Microsoft is moving is basically like they have resolved that there is no way going forward any machine they put out will be less powerful than the competition. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, what I gotta do is I gotta defer to the notes a little bit because things get a little detailed.
Do what you gotta do.
Alright? So, here's one thing that I think we all can appreciate. Quick resume. Again, there's a bunch of bullet points. I'm just hitting a few of them. Quick resume. Quick resume basically means that while right now you can kind of have like a game running in the background, jump into a different app or a different game, and then go back to that game, and it will basically bring you back right where you left off or where you left it. Now, because of the way the SSD works and the way the memory in the system works, you'll be able to do that with multiple titles. Okay? So you can have multiple titles that are running in the background that will just pick up where the last one left off. Right.
I like that.
Right. Now, I'm going to tell you what's crazy about that is I was listening to Major Nelson's podcast actually earlier today where they had one of the lead engineers on talking about it, and he actually talked about an experience that he had with one of the models that they're currently using, where he actually got interrupted mid-game, probably not a good thing, interrupted mid-game because the system had an update. And after the system updated and completely rebooted, it literally put him right back where he was in the game. Like, the quick resume actually survived a full reboot and update. That's crazy.
That is dope.
That's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. So listen, they started making up stuff. So now I gotta get close. Now I gotta get close. I'm gonna read this to you. Dynamic latency input. They're DLI as they're calling it. We're not saying that no more. But here's what DLI is. I said it again. My bad. Basically what it is a new technology that uses their proprietary connection between the controllers and the box that basically makes your button presses instantaneous with what's happening on screen.
Okay.
So it is helping to remove the latency between your controller inputs and what happens on the screen. Which is going to be incredible for esports.
Yes.
for an online competition.
Yes.
And I promise you, it's something they're working on because of cloud gaming.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Has to be a thing.
Yeah.
Has to be a thing. We're not gonna go no further into that. Smart delivery. So here's the thing that's probably the most interesting. Smart delivery basically talks about buying the game once and having that game give you the right version of the game no matter what Xbox you're playing on. So if you buy a game and you're playing a game, and this speaks for Game Pass, for purchases that you make, let's say you have a Series X at home, you've bought that version of the game, you're playing that version of the game, whatever, but then you go to your friend's house and your friend has a 1S or a 1X, and you log into your profile and you go to play the game, it's going to make sure that you still pick up and do the same things, but it's going to give you the version of the game that actually is supposed to work with the system you have.
Okay.
Right? So basically the unit is going, oh, okay, same game, we don't need these assets, we're not going to use those assets, we're just getting what we need to work on this machine, and up and down, right? So a couple of really good, smart, and important things. And another thing they touched on obviously was kind of the backwards compatibility thing, and being able to say, look, if you buy the game, it works on the series of family. You know what I mean? Like, and right after they made this post, Cyberpunk comes out and says, hey, we feel like you should only ever have to buy a game once. So if you bought the game and you bought it on Xbox One X, you bought it on Xbox One S, it will work and update and so forth for Series X.
Right.
Buy it once,
That's it.
one and done, you're good, right? Now we're starting to see others kind of jump on that, Square Enix, what have you. Big deal, lots happening. This year is going to be super exciting for games.
100.
The landscape, it's a changing. It's gonna be more talked about that in a little bit more detail when we get the cutscenes, so y'all make sure y'all check that out. Hook me up.
Number 2.
Okay, so listen, out of the blue, literally out of nowhere, Disney dropped the bomb. Bob Iger just steps down as CEO. I'm out. Effective today. Which under most circumstances you'd be like, okay, something's wrong.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of thing that would cause people to be like, ooh, Bobby must have did something. You know what I mean? There's an accusation coming from somewhere. You know what I mean? Something Me Too, something Harvey Weinstein, who I'm glad that dude's in jail right now. That's a whole other story. But apparently that's not what it is. He's been talking about stepping down like this year or next year, apparently for quite some time. And has been talking about it in like investor meetings and things like that, and just kind of saying, look, after all I've done and for the amount of time I've put in, it's time. You know what I mean? And somebody else has got to be my successor. They did name a new person, Chaptik, I believe is his name. Don't quote me on that. Because right now we want to talk about Bob. Because Bob has a legacy.
Absolutely.
Fox acquisition.
Got it done. Got it done.
I mean, listen, there's a lot more to it than that, but listen.
But yeah.
Fox acquisition. You know what I'm saying? MCU. Kevin Feige. We get some things right, okay? You know what I mean? Like, I feel good about Bob and what Bob did, and I hope that the momentum continues.
Absolutely.
I really do. Bob is gonna stay on for a while through the rest of his contract as like a chairman of the board kind of thing, helping the transition into the new CEO, which I think is brilliant and is smart, and that kind of eased a lot of people. Probably kept their stock prices from going right now.
Yep. Say that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I just want to say thank you to Bob Iger for what you've done. You've made a lot of us geeks very happy. Hook me up.
Number 3.
Y'all know we like to party.
Ooh.
And nobody parties like geeks and nerds. I swear it. Nobody.
Facts.
Guess what's coming? Nerdpocalypse 2020. April 4th. It's going down. It's a bar crawl.
Hey.
It's at Power Plant Live
Hey,
in the DMV, Baltimore.
let's go.
You know who's gonna be there?
We are.
Yeah, we are! Yeah, we are. We're doing hot seat trivia. Details to come. I just need you to know this is a bar crawl from like 3 to 9 and an after party.
After party.
What happens at the after party?
Stays at the after party.
Believe it. Already booked the hotel. We ain't gonna worry about all that. But you need to be there. So again, what day?
April 4th.
April 4th, 3 o'clock
Be
till, let's just say whenever.
Yeah.
I mean, it says 9, But let's,
Well, listen,
like, nobody gonna kick us out.
9-ish.
No.
I mean, not kicking us out.
Oh, no. We there. We guess. We official.
Woo! Transcendent events. Doing it again. Listen, that's it. That's all 3 things. I don't have nothing left to tell y'all. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm gonna let Joe's gonna put a little thing at the end that tells y'all what to do while I get out of here. Toodles and loops. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.